make you a promise. 90% of you will look at the canvas and will say, shit. The other 10% will not say anything because you guys will not care enough about your business or making money, and you will just not do it. But for the 90% that does, you will figure out gaps. And once you figure out the gaps, work on the gaps. One sheet of paper can make you a lot of money. And I highly encourage you to work on the business model canvas because it's simple, it's a one sheet of paper, it brings you dough, it brings you paper because this is the stuff that actually either makes your business or attracts a VC or an investor into your pool. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Yeah, do you think there's any best way to fit it? Like first this field and then?
Yeah, absolutely. The two that I focus on. Focus first on your value proposition and your customer segment. Now, raise your hand who would say start first with your value proposition. Okay, raise your hand, customer segment. That's the right answer, customer segment. Focus first on who you sell to. Who? You see, if I'm going to build a tool that I'm going to sell, the first thing I need to figure out is where's the need? Who will buy? Then I figure out about my value proposition. Most of the startups start with the value first and then they figure out who do I sell it to. In fact, most of the startups have a product and they wasted a lot of time or invested, if you want to call it, and then they don't know how to sell it or who to sell it to. In fact, there's a story, one of my stories, about a few months back, one of these incubators called me asking me for help. I will not mention names. Okay, called me for help for this startup that has started years ago. It received millions of dollars. It was burning $20,000 a month, and they asked me for help on pricing and sales. One call, 15 minutes into the conversation, and I said to this person, what's your business model? 4 years into the business, almost a $1.5 million burn, $20,000 burn rate a month, running cash. They have about 45 days left to leave. Unless they entice another investor, they had no business model. Now that pissed me off. You know why? Who the hell helped these guys? Who helped them? And I want to see who's the moron that invested $600,000 because it's a moron. I would fire him. You give me cash and you give me no help. And after 4 years, I realize you have no business plan. And after 40 minutes, you tell me exactly how you're selling, who you're selling, and how you're doing this. And I grab my calculator, very simple one. I do math and multiply and I say there's no way in hell you can scale this shit up. You will barely make 20% of your burn today. So, start with customer segments and then go on to value proposition. Another question.
Yeah, when I noticed that, when I saw the canvas from Gillette, I noticed that the value proposition focused on very physical features of the product. Gillette.
Gillette, okay.
Yeah. When I heard some people talking about value proposition, they say, oh, you don't sell the nail, you sell the frame on the wall. So I was wondering if it's better to put like the features of the product, like the blades and the handle, or maybe like a beautiful smooth face, cheap way to shape. I don't know.
I know. I mean, you know what? One of the funniest things is that I was actually, years ago, was with the global director of marketing for Revlon. Happens to be a Chilean guy, right? And Also, I was with the person from ex-Procter & Gamble. Actually, this person was in charge of the whole Pantene campaign. And I can tell you, guys, you need to break this up. Marketing is one thing, sales is another, okay? My strategy is not my marketing, okay? Strategy is one island, marketing is another island, and sales is another island. I show you that, right? It's 3 islands, okay? So, if it's the stick or not the stick, if it's actually sensual, skinny legs, or beautiful, shiny hair, etc., don't mix it up. It's not marketing. What's your strategy? Now, Gillette, what's into their business? If you ask for the general manager, he will tell you what the business is from a strategy standpoint, right? If I ask the sales manager, he will tell me from a sales standpoint, and the marketing will tell me the marketing. Don't get it mixed up, guys. All right? Don't tell me that your software will actually be the coolest thing in the world and we will change lives. That shit does not sell. Just tell me exactly what you're doing. Are you selling the stick? Gillette is into what business? What do they sell? Do they sell blades? Do they sell steel? What do they sell? Once you figure out what Gillette sells, and Gillette will sell it based on what the value proposition is, but the value proposition is built based from the customer segment and the customer segment need. So as I said, before you actually put flowery words into what the value proposition is, I will figure out exactly what it is that you are actually selling. Remember Skype, they sell free internet and video calling. That's what they sell, free internet and video calling. And on the other end, they sell cheap calls. So they sell free and cheap. Yeah? Does that answer your question?
Yep.
Another one?
I'm going to make my question based on Facebook's value proposition. Business case. And you mentioned about who is the customer segment in Facebook, and they have 2. One is the general public that uses the social network, and the other one is the paying customers, advertisers, right? My business has a similar issue. So how should I proceed? Because I have 2 customer segments. One uses for free, and it's because they are using the service that I create value for another segment who I'm going to charge.
It's a freemium model. Is that?
No,
is that what it is?
the final customer, the one that's not paying, the one that's using it in mass, doesn't pay for it. Uses it for free, just like Facebook. We don't pay to use it, and thousands, millions of people use it.
Okay, tell me about the people that pay.
The people that pay for Facebook are advertisers.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's
in your
similar-
business.
Same thing.
Advertisers?
Yes, and I'm also trying to sell their product and help them sell, so I also give them a platform to make reservations and payments, to manage reservations and payments.
So is that what you're into?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. As I said, free it's a price, free it's a variable. But free actually should not be mixed with your paying customers. As I said, free is like Avatar. Literally, think of it as Avatar. It's a different world, it's a different game. Dropbox has a freemium model for years, right? So everybody uses here Dropbox, right? Yeah? Who pays? You pay Dropbox? You guys? Wow, you guys are doing better than me. I've been using Dropbox for like 12 years and I have not paid. I'm not even thinking about paying. I just opened a brand new Gmail account. But my point is that, look at the business model from Dropbox. They barely just broke even less than a year ago. All right? So that's millions and millions of dollars invested so that you can have a 0.46% of hit rate of people that go from free to pay. And the idea is that, obviously, the people that pay subsidize the people on free.
But this case is different because Dropbox has a free user and a paid user
Right.
at the same customer segment.
Right. No. In your case, you have 2 because you have the advertisers. Now, the question with the advertiser and one of the biggest challenges that businesses on the net have is that how do you convince advertisers after years and years of burning cash on ads, okay, that actually your business model will work better. Or, let's add another variable. How will you compete against Google Ads, for instance? So, who is your actual competitor? And I would start with that. I would start with, let's say that you figure out who your customer segments are and you figure out your payable advertiser, the guy that actually pays for ads, right? You need to figure out who that guy is, what business is into, what their needs are. Usually, they're going to target a specific segment. All right? And then you need to figure out who your competitors are. And as I said, who are the next best alternatives, the MBAs? Now, let's say that Google is your MBA. Google Ads, it's your MBA. Okay, the question is how do you compete against them? So, my advice to you is that when you're figuring out your value, your customer segments, as I said, let me just go back to the one slide that it's on Gig, which is a program that I do. All right. Very simple answer to that question. What you need to do is that you need to pass your product and choose one of your products, okay, the ones that you're charging money for, okay, not the free, forget about the free. And figure out this, define who your customer is, define who this advertiser is, okay? And then, once you figure out what he needs and what he requires, then you figure out what the MBA is. Figure out where does he get that information? What does he pay? How much does he pay? What does he get? And then